The difference between a good boxer and a great one often lies in their training, mental toughness, and strategy. Legends like Mike Tyson didn't just rely on raw power, they relied on rigorous preparation. Meanwhile, fighters like Jake Paul, with his non-traditional path, prove that even newcomers can rise to the challenge. How do these two fighters prepare for battle? Let's look at their training camps. Tyson's training, especially in his prime, was legendary. Under D'Amato, Tyson developed a terrifying combination of speed, power, and precision. His famous Hero heavy bag workouts and impeccable footwork were key to his success. Tyson's mental strength, shaped by D'Amato, made him not only a powerhouse physically, but a force of intimidation mentally. Now, at 57 years old, Tyson's approach has shifted to technique and maintaining stamina, but his discipline and strategic thinking are still core to his workouts. Jake Paul, a self-made fighter, has worked relentlessly to transition from YouTube star to boxer. His early training focused on basic skills like jab, counter cross, and footwork. Over time, he incorporated more advanced techniques like head movement and timing. Jake's work ethic is unmatched, training hours at a time, refining his punches, and building mental strength. Despite his progress, the question remains, is Jake Paul's rapid improvement due to his dedication, or is there a hidden strategy pushing him forward? Tyson's trainer, D'Amato, created an invincible mindset in Tyson. Today, Tyson's current trainers focus on keeping his punches sharp and his mind focused. For me now, Jake Paul, trainer BJ Flores, plays a crucial role in developing his technique and mental strength. Jake's challenge is to continue refining his skills while facing tougher opponents and maintaining his hunger for victory. Tyson's strategy focused on explosive offense, getting inside, landing power shots, and using head movement. Against Jake Paul, Tyson would leverage his experience and power. Paul, on the other hand, would likely focus on staying at range, using his speed and youth to outlast Tyson and avoid his devastating punches. The fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul goes beyond just belts and money. It's about legacies, personal pride, and who each fighter is. For Tyson, it's about proving he can still compete at the highest level, while for Paul, it's about establishing himself as a legitimate boxer. But the consequences are huge. This fight could shape both of their futures. Mike Tyson's legacy as one of the greatest boxers ever is untouchable, but at 57, he must prove he can still compete at the highest level. Tyson's motivations for this fight are about pride and legacy, proving to the world he hasn't lost his touch. However, a loss to Jake Paul could tarnish his reputation, making people question whether his prime was a Mayorni flash in the pan. The stakes for Tyson are incredibly high. A loss would mean questioning his place in boxing history. Jake Paul doesn't come from a boxing background, but a victory over Tyson could validate his career and establish him as a legitimate boxer. Beating Tyson would silence his critics and prove he's more than a YouTuber. However, a loss to a fighter as old as Tyson would be a devastating blow, reinforcing the notion that Jake is nothing more than a YouTube boxer who can't compete with seasoned professionals. The consequences for Jake are massive. A loss would hurt his reputation irreparably. The fallout from this fight extends beyond the immediate result. For Tyson, a loss would impact his legacy. He could go from being one of the most feared fighters ever to a faded legend. As for Jake Paul, a win would put him on the map as a serious boxer, but a loss could mean the end of the hype surrounding him and a public relations nightmare. The consequences for both are significant. This fight could shape their futures for years to come. On November 15, 2024, the fight between Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Who will win, and whom do you support?